Hi guys, it's Teacher Josh. Man, we are taking a look at the Smithsonian magazine, and today we're going to be looking at issue April-May 2025, and we're looking at the Revolution, the American Revolution, and a really interesting story about the American Revolution. So I just wanted to throw this up so you guys could see. Again, we're in the Smithsonian, and we're taking a look at the April-May 2025 issue. And we're going to go down to page 26 and check out this really cool story about how the French helped the Americans win the War of Independence against the British Empire. Let's go check it out. All right, so here we are on page 26, and we're talking about, here's the title, French Gunpowder, American Grit. So, of course, French, that is someone from France, right? So we're talking about gunpowder from France. France is, of course, in Europe, and they decided to help the Americans fight against the British. We had a big problem. When the Revolutionary War started between the United States and Britain, General George Washington, okay, he was the first president, but he was also the general of our militia, our army, when our nation first started. And he took an inventory and found out we only had 90, you can see right here, 90 barrels of gunpowder. Man, that's not a lot. And a lot of the guys didn't have any guns. How are you going to win a war if you're fighting a well-armed military, like the British military, who has plenty of gunpowder, and you don't have much of anything? So something had to be done. You can see a picture here. We've got Silas Deane. He's this guy. He worked with Pierre Augustin Caron de Beaumarchais. He's in the center. To secure gunpowder from Antoine Louvissière on the right. That's this guy. So this dude was kind of a middleman, and they began talking and working and thinking about how can we support the Continental Army and George Washington so they have a chance against the British Army. So these discussions started happening between these individuals. They were called patriots, okay? Patriots are people who supported the Continental Army and George Washington. So, by the way, the French were not friends with the British at the time. They were competing for many things, including territories in North America. All right, so you've got Washington in January of 1776 saying, "We are now without any money in our treasury, powder in our magazines, arms in our stores." Okay, so we've got a big problem. What does the word bemoaning mean? The idea of bemoaning means he's complaining. He's just stating the facts. He's complaining, bemoaning, lack of supplies. That means not enough supplies, okay? And what are the supplies that he is bemoaning or whining about? Well, he doesn't have any money in the treasury. That's where you keep your money. He doesn't have any gunpowder for the guns, the magazines, okay? That's where you put the gunpowder in your gun to make the bullet shoot. And they don't have any arms in their stores. Arms, he's not talking about a physical arm, okay? He's talking about guns. They don't have any weapons. So, March of 1776, Congress Committee of Secret Correspondence dispatched Connecticut politician and merchant Silas Deane. Okay, that's this dude up here we were talking about earlier. He went on a mission to France where he covertly met with Pierre. Okay, who's What does it mean to covertly meet? It means to secretly meet. You don't want anybody to know about it. All right? And he meets with this Pierre Augustin. He's a confidant of Louis the 16th. What's a confidant? A confidant is a friend, a close advisor, all right, to the King of France. Beaumarchais, who described himself as, in a letter to Congress, as an ardent supporter of the American rebels. Ardent. It means he was a big supporter of the American rebels. So the rebels are the guys fighting against the established powers, okay? So he decides, you know what, I'm going to help these guys. So they smuggle French, Dutch, and Spanish guns. Okay, smuggle. What's smuggle mean? Smuggle means to secretly carry or transport these guns from France, the Netherlands, and Spain to the American colonies. So they're secretly bringing them in. Clothing and other supplies for the colonists. All right, that's nice. So they're supplying them with clothing and other things. The colonists, of course, are the people living in the U.S. at the time, before it was called the U.S. And, it also says directly and via the West Indies. Man, these guys were bringing guns and clothes and supplies as far away as the West Indies. He also provisioned Washington's troop with gunpowder made by Antoine, France's gunpowder guru. So, provisioned. That means he provided. He gave gunpowder to Washington's troops. Got to have gunpowder if you're going to win a battle, right? So, it says this guy Antoine, all right, he's the dude up here on the right. He's France's gunpowder guru. What's a guru? Well, a guru is like someone who's a professional at something. It means they are totally focused on making something. So this guy is a professional at gunpowder. And what's kind of cool here is they talk about this guy, okay, Lavoisier had assumed control of France's national gunpowder production. He was considered the founder of the chemical revolution. He brought exacting standards and new refining techniques to what had previously been a simple but inexact process of mixing three simple ingredients. All right, ingredients means the things inside the gunpowder. So this guy, basically he creates a process to make the perfect gunpowder. What is it? It's 75% saltpeter, 12.5% charcoal, and 12.5% sulfur. And that's what he decided would work best, and they tested it, and he proclaimed the best in Europe. He thought his gunpowder was the best in Europe. Well, so what happens next? These guys go on massive production. Look at this. It says by the end of 1777, France had smuggled, remember, smuggled means they secretly brought these in, 2 million pounds of gunpowder. Man, that's a lot of gunpowder, isn't it? And 60,000 French arms into the colonies. So, man, that's a lot of weapons. Roughly one for every soldier in the Continental Army. Man, let's just be honest. America would not be America today if it weren't for the French. Thank you, France. They supplied us with gunpowder and weapons so that we had a fighting chance against the British. Well, now you know it. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.